welcome back to my channel. It's NanaYaa Tresses here once again. So today I wanted to come and give you guys a very quick form of tutorial, I guess, or yeah. So if you're new to my channel and you've seen a couple of my videos, and one recurring question I keep getting in my DMs and stuff is that, okay, so you've taught us how to deep condition and all that, but how often should I do this? How often should I do that? How exactly do I piece it all together to create a regimen? So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create a hair regimen from scratch. If this is something you'll be interested in, be sure to stay tuned and let's get into the video. Okay, so for a beginner, let's say you just chance upon my any of my videos or any other YouTuber's video, you're like, wow, they have such amazing hair. I want my hair to be like that. How do I go about it? And YouTube being an amazing place for free content, it's very easy to get overwhelmed because there's a lot of information out there. So it's very hard to sift through and then find what is going to work for you. So that's what I'm about to do for you today. So every basic regimen should have 5 major steps. What do I mean by 5 major steps? So basically something that you use to wash your hair, well, the wash day, what you do in between your wash day, and then treatments that you do along the way. Those are 3 things. Then it comes to trimming, and then any other chemical process that you want to incorporate into your hair journey. That's why I said 5 major things. So let's start with a wash day routine. So for your wash day routine, I know that it's very hard to stick to just a few sets of products, especially since you see a lot of hair reviews and product reviews here on YouTube and you want to try them all at once. Slow down, slow your roll. Take one at a time. Instead, if you watch my porosity video, which if you haven't, make sure you go check that out, you'll know that this is your hair porosity. So these are the kind of products you should be buying that are going to work well with your hair. Whether you have high porosity, low porosity, or medium porosity, those are the things that can work with your hair. So we start with, like I said, your wash day. There's the pre-poo, the shampoo portion, your deep conditioning portion, your leave-in, and then your styling. Major steps. So the first thing is your pre-poo. So the pre-poo is the part that you're supposed to do before you shampoo. That's what's called a pre-shampoo treatment, and the pre-poo treatment. So that could range anything from a hot oil treatment to a hair mask, a tea rinse. There are lots of things. If you want me to do an entire video on pre-poo treatments you can try for healthy hair, let me know in the comment section and I'm going to create a video like that for you. So your pre-poo is basically what you do before you shampoo your hair. This treatment can last anything from doing a pre-poo overnight to doing it for 15 minutes before you wash your hair, 30 minutes before you wash your hair. It all depends on the kind of pre-poo treatments that you are doing. So that's the first thing, your pre-poo treatment. This could be either DIY or pre-bought stuff that you can try and use for your hair. Okay, number 2 is your shampoo treatment. So for shampoo, there are various school of thoughts on shampoo, whether you should use sulfate shampoos, whether you should use sulfate-free shampoos, whether you should do clay washes, whether you should not even shampoo at all. Like everybody has their own agenda because of what works for their hair. Let me explain. Personally, okay, this is from a personal point of view. I use a sulfate shampoo every single time I wash my hair. Why? Not only do I have low porosity hair, I have relaxed hair. I tend to abuse my hair growth oils a lot during the week. I really like to saturate my hair. That's why right now it looks, limp and looks down because it's due for a wash. And I've been putting lots of hair oils inside throughout the week. So it looks like, yeah, it needs, it needs some life. That's why it looks flat and it looks limp. Yes. But because of this very reason, I shampoo my hair every time because of the things I put in my hair. So with your shampoo, you can use either a sulfate-free shampoo, a sulfate shampoo, whatever works for your hair. You don't have to look at one YouTuber and then copy everything you're doing. What works for you, stick to that. So if you're somebody who is against using shampoos, please do you, but please make sure you at least clarify your hair so you don't get product buildup. I use sulfate shampoos. You can test use sulfate-free shampoos, whatever works for you. Just make sure you are using something that's gonna work for you for the shampoo process. So for shampooing, some people shampoo their hair twice, some people shampoo their hair 3 times, some people shampoo their hair once. On relaxer days, I shampoo my hair 3 times because I want to completely neutralize my hair. So, but on a regular day, sometimes if I'm in the mood, I do 2, sometimes I do once, depending on how greasy and dirty my hair is. I might shampoo my hair twice or just once. So it's all about what you want to do. Then we move on to the deep conditioning stage. So deep conditioning is basically just putting a conditioner in your hair and letting it sit on your hair for more than 5 minutes. Basically between 15 to 30 minutes. So that's basically deep conditioning, with or without heat. Now, for deep conditioning, there's two types of deep conditioning treatments you can do. There is both a protein deep conditioning treatment and the moisture deep conditioning treatment. For the moisture deep conditioning treatment, this is what you're supposed to be doing every single time you wash your hair. You should deep condition your hair every single time you wash your hair. But you can do a protein treatment or a protein deep condition once every 4 weeks or once every 6 weeks, depending on how damaged your hair is and you want to restore some life into it, or whether you have moisture overload, or whether you have color treated hair, relaxer treated hair. You might need to do it more often than others, but at least you should have 4 weeks interval in between them. Moving on. And always make sure you deep condition with heat. It makes the product much better. You get much more value for your money and you're not wasting the products away, because trust me, hair products are expensive. We want to make the most out of them. Okay, moving on. So after deep conditioning, then we come to the rinsing treatments, and then leave-in, and then your styling. So for me, after I do my deep conditioning, I rinse it out with normal cold water. Then my hairstylist has put a leave-in conditioner in my hair. So the leave-in conditioner, most of these are pre-made or pre-bought, so you can just easily get some on the market. And at this step, some people, if you're natural like this, they decide to follow up and do the LOC method or the LCO method. So what do I mean? That's when they put leave-in oil cream, or leave-in a cream and then an oil, depending on how your hair is and how it responds. Either one of these can work for you. So for me, I know I do a leave-in oil cream, but not back to back to back. Let me explain. So before I go into the hairdryer to have a roller set done, I put the leave-in my hair and then a little bit of oil, just a little bit, because if I put a lot, my hair is not going to dry, and already it takes forever to dry. So I try as much as possible to make that process less stressful for myself. So I mainly put the leave-in my hair, and then I go into the dryer. So when I come out of the dryer, then we can put some of my hair growth oil or something on my scalp, and then a little in the hair. Then after it's styled, like before it gets styled out and then the roller set gets combed out, like you see in the salons, they'll put this thick cream, rub it in your hands to warm it up, and then put it all over my hair before my hair is styled up, and then finish it up with an oil sheen spray. That's basically what I do. I try to keep it very non-complicated as possible. But let's say you're doing your own hair at home. How can you go about it? Same method. You put your leave-in your hair. When it's a little bit dry, then you put some oil to seal in the moisture. Then you finish it off with a cream. That way you make sure that the moisture you work so hard to put in your hair through deep conditioning, you're not losing it to the atmosphere. Okay, so that's basically how to start a wash day. So now we go to the other portion, which is your scalp treatment. So scalp treatments include detoxes, my friend then massages and all that. So for those, I have various videos on that, isolated videos that you can check out on how to do a scalp massage for maximum hair growth. So after you do your wash day, obviously between your wash days, you're supposed to be doing something to your hair to make sure you're maintaining the health of your hair, and that's where moisturizing and seal comes in play. Again, I have a full video on how to moisturize and seal your hair on my channel. Be sure to check it out as well. So moving on, we go to trimming. So trimming is the part where most people don't like to hear. It's the part where they're like, I'm trying to grow my hair out and you're asking me to cut my hair. Why? Well, because if you don't cut out the damaged portions, the damage is going to travel right up your hair strand and then ruin your hair in the long process. So it's just best to cut it out once you see it and then move on to better areas. Okay, so because of trimming, for trimming, it's always dependent on you, but I'll never tell you to have a strict crazy back to back to back schedule. For some people it works for them, others not so much. So if you want to trim your hair, by a rule of thumb, okay, try and trim your hair at least twice a year. Personally, I trim my hair twice a year. I trim my hair every other time I get a relaxer done. So if I'm stretching on an average of 12 weeks every month, every relaxer time is 12 weeks interval, then I'm going to cut my hair every 24 weeks. That's after 2 relaxers. But if I'm stretching for 16 weeks, I might do it I'll skip one, relax, then I'll trim it on the next time. So that's basically how I keep the ends of my hair healthy. One thing I also do is I always have a major haircut at the beginning of the year, or when I go and do my birthday hair. Like you saw in my birthday vlog, I get it cut and start from fresh because it works for me. I also like to do light dustings in between. So if I'm looking at my edges, I mean my ends right now, and then it looks like you need Jesus, I'm gonna cut it off with a pair of shears. So I just cut off the damaged portions to make sure I keep it healthy. So what else have I not covered? So that's basically something you can do. So we've done wash day, in between thickening and all that. So that's basically it. I don't know if I missed some of the points. If I did, be sure to ask me in the comment section below. I'll make sure that I answer your questions. As always, NanaYaa, I don't want this video to be so long, so sorry if I was rushing. I just didn't want to make it so long. Thank you guys for subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.